Hey there and welcome to this video. It's another video from Facebook Traffic Genius. We're covering free traffic still, and we're covering one of my favorite topics here. What we're covering is contests. Okay, now this has become increasingly popular over the last, I would say, 90 days. More and more people are catching on to the fact that running contests of all different sizes, shapes, and forms are going to increase your interaction. They're going to increase your traffic, your likes, your conversions on purchases, just all kinds of things. And this is really just such a fascinating topic to me because there is so much you can get out of this, short-term, long-term. And you know, we've done quite a bit of testing with contests, and the results we've gotten are just astronomical in some extents, or excuse me, in some cases. So let's go ahead and dive right in. There is several kinds of contests that you can run. I broke it down into two ways, okay? Contests on wall posts, or contests within your wall, and then contests that are run through a custom fan page tab. Okay, now we're going to cover both of those topics, so let's go ahead and get started with the first one. The first one here, contests on fan page walls. What exactly is that, first and foremost? What that is where you run a contest within one wall post, within multiple wall posts. Usually within a day is the time frame. We'll get into time frames here in a second, but you can do a lot of different things just from within the wall. Because again, remember, your fans, the traffic that's coming to you organically through news feeds and through the viral aspect of Facebook is that they're coming through, they're commenting on that wall post. So from one wall post, we could run an entire contest. Now, I wouldn't suggest to, be giving away Apple iPods through wall posts. I would want to do something a little bit more professional with a privacy policy, rules, guidelines, and things like that. But here are just a few examples that I came up with. A just for fun contest, a quick contest, or a full day contest. Now, more specifically, within, let's say we're doing a just for fun contest. Now, you could do something like tell me a funny joke, finish this sentence or statement, fun facts, trivial questions. You could base those around what your page is about. Like, let's give you some examples. Let's say I have a fan page about Family Guy. Cool. What's some things that happened during the show that were really funny that just maybe aired? So let's do some trivia on that. Let's do some fun facts on the movie that just finished or the movie that was just released. Like, especially these Marvel movies that you notice, like Thor, Iron Man, we've got Incredible Hulk. Like, those people are junkies because, you know what? They were comic junkies, and now you've got them hooked on movies. They are going to love things like that. So that is a quick way to get interaction. And whether you realize it or not, by getting your existing community interacting and commenting on your wall and on your wall posts, there's going to be natural traffic that finds you. All his friends are going to see those comments because it's going through and it's getting syndicated through the news feeds. So even with something as simple as running a contest that has absolutely nothing to do with giving anything away, and it has everything to do with maybe your page, you could get new likes and more traffic from that. See, that's one of the, that's again, throughout this entire training course, I talk about the power of Facebook and what you can really get out of it through such simple things. This is one of those. Okay? So a quick contest. Let's get into actually giving something away maybe. Okay? You can do quick contests, which we've done this. For a while, we ran a huge Farmville community page. And this is one of the things we used to do was, in this instance, I'll kind of paint the picture for you. There was these game cards that they came out with, and you could get like $5 on them, $10, $20, $30 on up, right? So you trade cash and you get digital cash, which I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but just bear with me. So what we would do oftentimes is, let's say we started to get like a slump in our interaction numbers, or, when we were doing wall posts, nobody was saying anything. Nobody would, interact, even if we blatantly asked for it, right? Let's say that's one of your issues, which when we started this fan page, that was an issue. Nobody wanted to interact. So we quickly devised a contest that we could run 5 times, 20 times, 1,000 times in a day if we wanted to, and it would only take between 15 and 60 minutes per contest. Okay, so as you can see the bullet points here, you quickly drum up interaction before event, a show starts, maybe after a big update. Touching back on the Farmville example, is Farmville did updates on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we had people that were kind of inside of Farmville way more than we were, and they would fill us in on those updates and get us the updates almost before any other fan site. And so that would enable us to do trivial questions, do fun facts, whatever, but we actually gave something away. Instead of just doing it as a wall post and to, drum up interaction, we actually gave something away on the back end of it. Okay, so that's something that you could do. Don't want to waste a bunch of time. Obviously, you don't want to be babysitting the fan page all day long if you don't have the time to do so. That's another benefit, or, benefit of running a quick contest. And also, you got to realize that people come and go quickly on Facebook. Okay, so their attention span is short. They're coming and going through pages. They're playing games. They're interacting with friends. They're chatting. They're doing this. They're really, people, whether they want to admit it or not, there's a lot of ADD and ADHD going around. Okay, so attention spans are short. So what better way to quickly grab them, get some interaction, and get some syndication of your stuff on their wall than a 15 to 60 minute contest? So really cool way to get some quick results. Now, there's also something different that you could do here within the wall still, and that's a longer contest. So let's say anywhere from 24 hours on, okay? Now, I would suggest to do maybe bigger prizes here, build it up a little bit more, allow for maybe more entries, give them a day to enter in or do whatever they need to do for this. Also, if there's research needed, or they got to collect something, give it more time. Okay, and then also too, I bring up here is that if you want them to tune into something specifically, and they need to tune into that show tonight, and we start the contest this morning, well, give them the time. So let's say there's a webinar tonight, and we post about this contest this morning. So what is that going to do? That's going to, 1, get more people to your webinar, and 2, it's going to bring them right back to your wall, and it's going to get them to comment. So let's say the contest was to pick out how many times I said the word like or Okay, that's always a popular one when you're talking and doing in presentations. So if that was the case, then you would have to have somebody tune into the entire webinar or the entire show to get that number for you. Which would actually be kind of funny, because depending on the prize and how valuable you made that, you could really get a lot of people tuning into what you're doing. So you get the idea with that. And then also what this is doing is it's getting people to be refreshing. Let's say there was some way that they needed to constantly interact, or they wanted to check to see how good of entries were being submitted after theirs. Then they're going to stay on that page, they're going to keep refreshing it, and they're going to stick around for, longer than the average attention span that they would typically have. So those are all benefits to running a wall contest that takes a little bit longer than your 15 to 60 minutes, let's say. And then the second one that I want to touch on, the second way to do a contest, is by far the most popular, and it is running a contest within a custom fan page tab. Okay, so this one I could probably talk for days on, and I'm going to keep this short, okay, and just break it down into the media stuff that you could take and run with. These are longer term contests. We've personally run them anywhere between 2 days to 30 days. I would suggest that you go no longer than 365 days. I've seen giveaways that were through Honda for 365 days. I've seen a couple other car-related fan pages. They're giving away cars. Can you believe that? They're going to give away a car, but the contests run a lot longer. 365 days, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. So the bigger the prize, the longer the contest usually runs. Okay, so I bring up, you're obviously going to do bigger prizes here. Contest policies, rules, you're going to want to get very detailed in how this thing is structured. You want to make sure it's easy, and you want to make sure it's fun, okay? Now, another benefit to this is that there's multiple connection points. What do I mean by that is that it's tied into an application, so you can get them to connect to that application and collect their info, their name and email. Okay, you can get them to like the page before they even get the contest details. That's a very popular method to do it. So you're boosting likes instantly. You imagine using that with some of these other grassroots methods that we've brought up and getting, tons of people to this now forced like page to get into the contest. Okay, but keep in mind, there's more work involved. Okay, there's more work involved with you setting this up, and there's also going to be more work involved to win this thing. So what you're going to do is by setting up and by almost kind of taking all the time to give this a professional front facing, people are going to understand that there's going to be more involved to win it. This isn't a simple wall post. Okay, this isn't a simple click the like button, step 2, send all your friends. This is taking it a lot further. And they're going to understand that they've got to, in a lot of cases, put in more effort and more work to win. Okay? Now, breaking this down further, this is good if you want to run it with slightly bigger prizes. Apple products, cars, gym memberships, anything that you really want to give away. A local business, maybe give away a free chiropractic adjustment, give away free x-rays, things like that. A dentist, free x-rays with your, for a new patient, first-time patient. Maybe, free wisdom teeth day or something. Pull out your wisdom teeth for free. That'd be kind of crazy, but you get the idea. Okay, now the benefit to this is that there is tons and tons of applications out there that you can set up within minutes and be off to the races with a contest. You could literally get a contest up in a day or less. If you are absolute newbie to Facebook, you could get a contest up in a day or less. Okay, that is the beauty of all these application companies and networks out there. Now, keep in mind that those are going to be paid for services. I gave you a couple examples, Wildfire, North Social. There's probably 10 that I could name off. They're all going to be paid. Very few are free. If they are free, the amount that you can do with that or what you can really get out of that is going to be slim. It's going to be very slim. Okay, so the reason why that is because they know the power of that contest. And they know that it's going to increase your fan base by hundreds, if not thousands, or if not hundreds of thousands of likes, users, monthly active users, whatever it is that you're pushing this contest on. Okay, so they've got the monopoly there. All right, but I want to reiterate that there's multiple options that you have. You can use sources like that to where they're paid. So if you're using it for, let's say, clients, maybe you got offline clients and you're using this, you can charge them. If you're using this for yourself and you're on a shoestring budget, or if you want to have something that is long-term that you will always have, get somebody to develop one for you. Get somebody to code one up and put in all the features and all the updates that you want to see versus waiting for a self-hosted version to maybe get off their bums and to make an update. Okay, so as you can see with what I've laid out here, there's more power in the contest that you're running on the fan page tab, but you can get a lot out of wall post contests as well.